So for number 5, so this is what we call the alternative definition of the derivative. So it's another definition called the alternative definition, and it still has the same kind of situation. Like here's A. And we'll say this is X. So that, of course, if there's f of A, that, of course, if there's f of X. So without the limit, this right here would just be the slope of a secant line, passing those 2 points. Now, what if X gets closer to A, though? Then this distance will shrink, just like we saw with the whole H thing in the other definition up here. So ultimately, this will become a tangent line as X approaches A. Now, algebraically, what we do, for number 5, for example, you do the limit as X approaches. A looks like it's 2, so X approaches 2. And you do f of X, which is 1 over X. And then f of A, obviously A is 2, so I'd plug that into my function, it'll be 1/2 all over X minus 2. Then you just do the typical algebra we've always done. It's no different. Multiply X and X, multiply 2 and 2, so you find LCD. So you do get 2 minus X over 2X over X minus 2. And X minus 2 on its own, you can say is over 1. Because you want to do that as a technique. You want to divide fractions so you can flip the bottom fraction. And simultaneously, the 2 minus X, I can factor out a negative from it and make it X minus 2. And I flip this over. And these just cancel. So now you get negative 1 over 2X. The limit as X approaches 2. Now I just plug it in, and I get negative 1/4, and that's my slope. Which makes sense because, yeah, because that's really ugly. There we go. Which kind of makes sense because 1 over X looks like this. And X equals 2, here's X equals 1, X equals 2. That seems like that would have a slope of negative 1/4. So that's essentially how you would go about number 5. It's not that much different than the algebra. It's pretty similar. It's just a slightly different way of writing it. It's good to actually recognize it because on the AP they will ask you to they'll ask like conceptual questions using that form. So it is kind of important to talk about.